Well, hello, welcome to Tarot 2T. Today's reading will be for the sign of Scorpio for the month of August 2023. And if this is the first time to my channel, hi, nice to meet you. And if you're returning, welcome back. And if you are returning, you might have noticed I didn't get to your sign in July, and I'm very sorry. So I'm trying to get through yours and a couple other signs I didn't get to because of my vacation. I appreciate your patience, Scorpio, but we're going to try to make it up to you here today. And you may also notice that I'm using more cards. I've decided, well, I shouldn't say I decided, because that sounds like a intellectual decision. This was more something that came to me during a meditation, that I would be able to provide a better in-depth reading by using more than one deck of cards. And I've always been a little intimidated by it just because it's so big and it's just hard to shuffle. So bear with me if I have a couple of dropsies. But we're going to go ahead and launch into this general inquiry. What message does Scorpio need to hear for August? There's something popping out for us pretty snappily here. And a snap we're going to have. See, there goes the discombobulation there. We're going to have a message come out, I think, pretty quick for you here. So, just a couple more cards. Whoa. I'll take that. I'll take that. And when they do pop out, using so many cards, it's more obvious to me. I can tell you that is an advantage that I have experienced right off the bat. Sometimes with just one deck of cards, you don't know if it was supposed to come out, but with this one I tend to drop it. So, okay, let's go ahead and jump into it. You have the King of Spades. You have the Six of Hearts with the Ten of Spades. You have the Ace of Hearts, and you have, wow, two eights. We have the Eight of Diamonds and the Eight of Spades. Wow, lots going on for you. So it's very important now that you're on some kind of new start, that you are following your desire. This is not necessarily romantic, could be, but doesn't have to be. It could be just very important that you follow your gut instincts, what you truly want in a situation, or maybe overall. Just finding the satisfaction in life that you haven't had so far, right? There could be an air sign around you that has some kind of power and authority that's giving you trouble. This is somebody who's not necessarily, they don't have bad intentions. You're just not on the same page with them. This is an air sign. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. It could be you. You may have air in your chart. You could be standing firm on some kind of value or some kind of opinion or some kind of stand that you're taking, and you're refusing to budge, because actually that goes very nicely with the new start and following your passion. I'm getting a little bit of a download here, so sorry. I tend to stutter. But you are on the heels of some kind of ending with this Ten of Spades. You have wrapped up a major cycle in your life. So maybe now enough is enough, hence the standing firm. I think it's relationship, because with the Six of Hearts, there are new opportunities coming up for you because this has ended. This Ten of Spades is nothing to minimize here. This was major. This was traumatic. So it could have been someone passing away. It could have been a relationship that ended. A very significant relationship. In either case, it ended. It affected you deeply and emotionally. But you are on this path with the Six of Hearts. Like I said, new options, opportunities coming your way to meet new people. Not necessarily romantically. It's just like opening the doors, because you close one chapter in your life, you're inviting a new chapter to begin. It has to. We don't stand in one place ever in our lives. We try to, but it always manages to change in some way, right? Now, what this is a little interesting of a combination, because on the one hand, you could be thinking about, now if this wasn't a relationship that ended, this was some kind of long-term work employment situation that might have affected you deeply to walk away from it, and that could be you taking the stand with the King of Spades, because this is the stress at work card, the Eight of Spades. Something needing to give, the pressure that needs to be released in somehow. And the Eight of Diamonds is entrepreneurial energy. It's about putting solo, individual effort and time and energy into something that's paying off for you. That could be talking to a Scorpio who is on an entrepreneurial path, and look at that with the Ace of Hearts. That would very much be in tune with following your own passion, following your own compass, I'm hearing. Not a word I usually use, but following your own compass. Whatever direction that may be. Yeah, and it was major, whatever you walked away from. Again, I don't want to minimize that. We have the Five of Hearts and the Nine of Diamonds. The Five of Hearts does talk about physical separation, and the Nine of Diamonds is about a completion, again, that you may have walked away with, like some kind of settlement as far as like the last paycheck. If you like had interest in a company or some kind of endeavor, I don't know what that would be. It's like, because usually, like, if you were part owner in a company, let's say, well, it could have been. Yeah, because you had your heart so wrapped up in this. This is the Ten of Spades energy. So I should just keep my mouth shut and keep going with it. Here I am trying to interpret it through my own filters. But yeah, it was something that ended into a satisfactory separation financially. There. I encompassed it very succinctly with some words that that's what came to me. You separated in a financially satisfactory situation, but there was a completion, hence with the Nine of Diamonds. And this is all part of your fate and destiny. This is that card that says you're walking the right path. This is all part of the experiences that you were supposed to go through to get to our ultimate destination. And I don't think we're ever at our ultimate destination, but we definitely have a goal in mind. Our soul at some deeper level always has some kind of, I'm going to say a final destination. That's the name of a bad movie, but you know what I'm getting at. You have things you want to achieve in life. It's part of that path that you're on here, and you are on that right path. Ace of Clubs. Yeah, you might be learning some new skills or gathering some new knowledge with the Ace of Clubs. It does encourage a new start in some kind of direction where you need information, you need education. Or maybe you just need new ideas, like a new direction requires you to think outside the box. I'm hearing that. However that may apply to your situation. And I forgot to mention, this is a general reading. So if it doesn't fit your situation, feel free to come back and join me for next month's reading. Okay. Right now I'm only doing one reading per month, but I normally try to get in two, but right now I can't do that with my schedule. Back to the reading. You also have the Seven of Hearts. Yeah, there was some kind of disappointment here. Somebody in this, either a relationship, well, even if it was a business employment situation you walked away from, there was still a relationship involved with that in some degree. Somebody disappointed you here. This is that letdown card. Somebody let you down. Somebody you thought, I'm hearing, that you thought would be on your side. It was going to, I don't know, always be on the same page with you in some way. I think it's this person. If you weren't in your own business, or you didn't have like a manager position or supervisory position or owned part of the company, this is also just could be a supervisor that you were at odds with. Like you've worked there a while, you had a lot of years in, therefore you had that emotional investment with the Ten of Spades, you know, it being more than just something you did for a couple of months or a few months. Yeah. But that could also be you, again, taking a stand. Custard's last stand, if you know what that is. Just saying, yep, I'm not budging and I'm leaving. All in the same motion. I'm not budging and I'm leaving. The King of Clubs. This is fire energy. This is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This could be somebody around you in some kind of position that could help you go to the next level, honestly. I don't see this as you. I think this is an outside party. They're very generous and they can offer you support in some way. The King of Clubs is somebody you can trust. You can lean on them. You can ask them for guidance. Okay. Yeah, things are up in the air for you, though. And you also have the full energy with this black and white Joker. The full energy, again, is about new starts and not knowing what lies ahead. It's just like casting your wish into the winds and seeing what happens. It's that kind of thing. It can be a little scary at times to just leave it all up to fate. But I feel like you're in this position where you kind of have to. You kind of have to let go. Well, you did let go, but also emotionally, mentally let go, that you can't control too many cards. You can't control the outcome, especially in this situation. You got the Ace of Hearts again. Okay, so that, again, when I have two of these cards are going to come out, since I'm using a couple of decks, it emphasizes to me it's very important you go in a direction that satisfies you on this level, the heart level, what you truly desire. Not giving in to other people's ideas or plans or conceptions, of what you should be doing and what makes sense. It's not necessarily about being practical. It's about another type of fulfillment besides the dollar signs or, the safe route even. It may require risk, for example. Jack of Spades. Again, this is air energy. Again, this could be you not trusting. A little bit of suspicion and distrust with this card. Again, it's air energy. It's the Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. We also saw that with the King of Spades, which that could be that boss that, it could be that boss or supervisor or business partner that you're in disagreement with, or it could be you taking that stand. I think in either case you're taking this stand and you aren't trusting your path right now. Maybe just a little, maybe not just like over the top, like doom and gloom. I think it's just a little bit of distrust about where you're headed. Especially fixed signs. I don't think you're a fixed sign, though. I'm a fixed sign. Fixed signs like to have a sense of where they're going. At least a plan. We like MapQuest to show us the pinpoint on the map and say, yep, that's where we're headed. We're not there yet. Otherwise, we feel a little unsure and uneasy. That could be kind of that energy with the Jack of Spades. And the Eight of Hearts. There is a little bit of you spending time with friends and family. It looks like you're trying... I didn't see any stress cards come out here, but you did go through a significant ending. You are trying to get out there and be with other people in some manner. This is very good. This is the socializing card, the social butterfly. So you're not holding yourself up into a dark corner or a room, locking the door and not communicating. Nope, that's not you, Scorpio. And there's also potential here to meet somebody special with the Eight of Hearts. Just to let you know, that may not be your goal or your aim, but that is wrapped up in that Eight of Hearts card. Or Eight of Hearts energy. Again, you have the Fool card. Yeah, there's just so much uncertainty. There's just so much uncertainty, and I only saw that inkling with that Jack of Spades about, I'm not sure about this, and I think that's you. I just think, I'll hold these up because I just think you're counterbalancing that full energy with going out, even though you're not trusting your future. You see my point here? I think that's very healthy. I just want to commend you on that, because that full energy and things being up in the air is not the nicest place to be. It's not the most comfortable place to be, but yet you have to kind of just go with the flow. And I think you know that. Again, I didn't see any cards of like major angst, you know, like I have the worry card and I have the fighting and the struggle. I didn't see those cards come out here. But we do have the 8 of clubs. You are in kind of a decision mode. This is the T in the road. And I think that's probably where some of that anxiety is coming in. Because you haven't made a decision. Again, things being up in the air. Does not surprise me at all that this showed up. Yeah, this is the only thing holding you back in August. You're making some kind of decision. New starts require decisions. I think it's completely normal and healthy. Again, I think you're dealing with it in a very healthy manner with the socialization element coming in there. Okay, now we're going to focus on cards of advice. So please bear with me. Divine guidance, universal energies, beings of light, whatever you happen to believe in. Yeah, here we go. We got the 9 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, nice. The 4 hearts. Ten of spades. Okay. And the ace of spades. Wow. I wasn't expecting this in your advice. So, first of all, you do have a completion here noted with the 9 of clubs. An achievement, something you're satisfied with. It did result in some kind of negotiation or settlement. What did I say earlier? With this 5 of hearts, this is the physical separation, and the financial situation was very satisfactory. And here you have it again. Satisfaction, completion, negotiation or settlement, a change. And it changed your financial situation, at least for the time being. And you have a lot of support around you. This is good. So you need to acknowledge that not only did you have the satisfactory financial outcome with this completion, this ending, you also have this support around you. This is about being cared for, nurturing. And the 4s denote what's going on in your home life. It's where we go back to, where we rest our head at night, where we take sanctuary. Things are looking very good there. Perhaps it's a very supportive spouse, or maybe you do have kids, or you have other family members you live with. Maybe it's roommates, or really good, buds. It doesn't matter. You have support around there and you're cared for. You're being asked to remember and acknowledge that. Now, also acknowledge you did go through something traumatic. Yeah, we kind of saw that earlier with, where was the card? Is it back here? Yeah, you had the 10 of spades out here earlier. It's covered up. Remember with the 10 of spades and the 6 of hearts, how it was going to lead you down new relationship paths and whatever forms they take. It's asking you to acknowledge again and realize this is behind you, because now we are on the advice. This did affect you on a deep level. So if you're in that mode of wanting to push it away and minimize it, or just say, whatever, it happened, I'm gone. But there's room for you to take time for yourself here and recognize the difficulty in this. Because you also have the Tower card in your advice. So I think there's a little hint here of recognize how much this has changed you and your life, because it is a humongous event that happened here. Scorpio, there have been quite a number of astrological things going on lately, especially in August. They may or may not have affected your sign directly, but if you may have Leo in your chart, for example. I think Libra and Cancer have been highlighted in Aquarius, because we had a full moon in Aquarius. If you have any of those signs in your chart, there were major things happening. Major endings across the board, especially with Venus in retrograde around relationships, okay? So recognize you are on this monumental new start in your life. You're not headed towards a tower. I think it's just acknowledging that you had a tower. This was bigger than you thought. Well, not that you thought. It's bigger than you're expressing. Yes. Any more cards of advice for Scorpio? Any more cards of advice? Okay. Yep, you're headed towards your ultimate pentacles, your ultimate success and prosperity here. This is your end, maybe not your end game, but this is kind of what your eye on the prize reminder here. You are headed on that path, and I do think this was not so much a relationship like romantic. I think this was a business arrangement, an employment situation, a significant one. I think you played a major role in it, and it affected you deeply to let it go. But you are on this path to success and prosperity. It just happened to be also a tower moment, which sucks, but sometimes that's what gets us there, right? Jack of Clubs, you may have a younger fire sign around you who you can rely upon. Again, we had that King of Clubs earlier. This is kind of the less mature version of that. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. I mean, it could be you, but I'm not feeling it's you that's being highlighted. Because what would the message be behind that? Maybe that you're in a new position. And you're able to express support and generosity to others. Let's see what else. More cards of advice. Please clarify that. Jack of Clubs. If it's needed here. Oh, you got the Jack of Clubs again. I asked for clarification on Jack of Clubs. You got it again. Okay, I don't know exactly what it means. I mean, it could be a person or it could be you. Again, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Younger, less mature. And when I say less mature, I don't mean immature. I mean somebody who's like in a new position. A new experience. Hence, you're in a new experience, right? Support and guidance is clarified by the Jack of Clubs. Sorry, I'm just not getting that one. I'm just not getting that message. So the divine guidance needs to help me out here. 10 of diamonds. You got that now there 10 of diamonds. Good grief. Alright, so you see what happened here. You got the 10 of diamonds twice. That's why I like using 2 decks. If I can pick it up. I don't have nails because I'm a guitar player. Okay, the 10 of diamonds twice and the Jack of Clubs twice. That's fantastic. I think you're on this new, I think the Jack of Clubs must be you, Scorpio. You might have that fire in your chart. But it's like so I'm seeing all these pentacles and I'm seeing all this abundance. That's the feeling I'm getting from staring at this. And you're in this new position. I think you are in some kind of wealth right now. A new situation of wealth, a new status, where you are able to lend support and guidance to others. And you're being encouraged to exercise that. I just read, what was it, St. Francis's prayer today. Anyway, where there's this line in the poem about how giving to others is giving into yourself, and giving is actually receiving. The more you give, in other words, the more you receive. And I'm sure you've heard that before, but it's just kind of funny. I was just reading that and looking at that. And that's what I'm picking up from this. Like being in this position of wealth and possibly some power that you didn't have previously. Now you're in this position to help others. And I think you're being... I'm going to ask for another card, but that's pretty profound, actually. With all the cards in this deck, and the fact that both of those cards came out twice in that order, there's definitely a message in there. Take it. If it's hitting your intuition in a certain way, follow that intuition, okay? But you got the 2 of diamonds, which is also a confirmation about balance and harmony and finances. Yeah, it's all about your wealth here. Again, whatever the separation here ended in a financial situation, obviously, that lifted you from a previous status. And you have confirmation again with the 2 of diamonds. And you're in this position now to help others. and acknowledge that this was a Tower moment. This was major. This is big. This is big. Whatever's changed in your life, and I haven't had the same kind of change you've had, according to this reading, but I've had major changes in my life since the middle to end of July. Some major things have changed in my life, and I can relate. And I'm not feeling particularly, I guess, kind of in the same mode of, I haven't really acknowledged how big it was, because I'm not feeling particularly discouraged. I'm actually feeling very positive. So perhaps you're in the same boat. So do acknowledge that how deeply this has affected you. Don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck there. I guess there's just an acknowledgement that needs to happen, because I would not recommend, rehashing it and going over and over and being stuck in that mode. But there's definitely something here about the balance and the prosperity that you have, and the balance in your finances that's going to allow you to, maybe that's the idea, the place you need to go next. Remember, because you are in decision mode. Anyway, now I feel like I'm kind of rambling, but maybe that it will help you make the decision you need to make as far as the direction you go. Okay? I am going to end it there. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please, and subscribe. It will help me keep the channel going. And I hope this was helpful to you. And I will see you again soon. Take care until I do.